Good afternoon, champions. So I hope you had a great weekend. So I'd like to officially welcome you to a new week. And you know what? It's a Monday. As the motto goes, so let us make some money. So I'd like to welcome you officially to today's analysis. So today I'll be analyzing EURNZD, USD Jpy, and then we are going to finish up our analysis with the Euro GBP. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel to please support it and like this content and also share it to your friends, family members who are interested in making money. And hopefully today we are going to see on how we are going to capitalize and utilize every movement that is being made, especially for the whole of this week, not only today. So let us just kickstart the analysis with Euro NZD. So Euro NZD, let me start off from the daily time frame. Now, looking at Euro NZD from the daily time frame, you realize that we have got a downward trend. So this is a downward trend, as you can see from this point here, moving toward the downside. Yeah, it is actually a downward trend, no need of drawing trend lines. And then we have got this point, we are settling in for a point of consolidation. So this is a very strong point of consolidation, if you may look at it. So this is a very strong point of consolidation which we have been settling in for a very long time, and we are expecting a breakout either to the upside or to the downside. So the market have been moving in between. So they have been moving especially in between this point of resist, I mean this that point of support and this point of resistance here. And you can see that this is a very strong point of support. Initially, whenever the market touched this point, you can see what happened after this touch to the downside. The market moved toward the upside, made a shallow touch to the upside, and then you have been having this several retests to this point of resistance above here. So, and that is what is actually happening at this particular time. So you may realize that the market have already touched this point of support. So as you can see that I've placed in kind of a long position that I'm expecting that the markets are going to move towards the upside to touch this point of resistance again, and then from there we are going to sell. Yeah, because the market are going to later on move towards the downside. Somebody may ask why I had placed this point of had placed in a short position here. It was mainly because of this candlestick here. So that's why you can see that I have placed in a short position, because you can see this red candlestick, the market were actually moving toward the downside with a high with a lot of volatility. So I was expecting that they were going to break out to the down. That is last week when the week was coming to an end. I was expecting that they were going to create a breakout to the downside and later on move to the downside to this level. That's why you can see that my take profit was in these areas. But that did not happen, which is good also. So I'm expecting that the markets are going to rise high above. So let us just move into the 4 hour time frame. Now from the 4 hour time frame, you are able to clearly see what I'm trying to say. So you can see that this is a very strong point of so this is a very strong point of support. And then we have got also from that point of support, you have got this other point of support that is here. So this is also a very strong point of support that is above here. That's why you can see that I've placed in a buy stop order, because I'm expecting that when the markets create a breakout to the upside from this position, the markets it will be a sign that the markets are actually ready to move towards the upside. And that's why you can see that I've placed in this position. So I'm expecting that when the markets create a breakout and they break out of this trend line that is above here, then the markets will actually move toward the upside. I'm expecting a breakout to the upside out of this point. So the markets are going to move to these levels, come to this point of support, create a breakout to this level, then another breakout to this level, move a little bit to the downside before further moving to the upside and creating a breakout and moving further to the upside. So in this trade, I'll be risking a total of 350 pips for a total reward of 3,640 pips. So that is it. So let me just move on to the 1 hour for time frame so that you can have a clear view of what I'm trying to say. So you can clearly see that after the market touched this after the market made a touch to these areas that are here, the markets came to this point, made a touch, moved to the downside a little bit. So I'm expecting that this time round the markets are going to actually create a breakout, touch this point. They may come back for a retest to this point of support before moving further to the upside to come to this point here, this point of resistance, in which they may come to this point of support that is here before further moving to the downside. So that is what I am expecting to happen when it comes to the Euro NZD. So from there, I'd like us to just jump straight to USD JPY. So for USD JPY, I'm actually in this trade that you're seeing here, but let us start the analysis from the daily time frame. So we have been now from the daily time frame, you can actually see that we are kind of, so this was a clear breakout. So let me first of all remove this. So you can see that at this point, this was a clear breakout, a breakout to the upside. That is, I don't know why that has happened. So at this point, this was a clear breakout. So we had a breakout to the upside, came to this point, moved to the downside here, and we started creating new patterns. You can see that these new patterns that are being created, we had a touch to that upside, came to this point of support, moved again to the downside, that is to this point before moving further to the upside. So what I'm actually expecting currently, because we have had double touches, that is double touches to this trend line that is here, I'm expecting that the markets are going to rise high to come to this point of support, which you're going to see from. We are going to view it clearly when it comes to the lower time frame, because I'm expecting that you're going to have a completion of the double triangle, our double triangle theory. So I'm expecting that to happen. Yep. So I'm expecting that to happen when it comes to the USD JPY. So let us move to the 4 hourly time frame. Now, when it comes to the 4 hourly time frame, you can now clearly see that we have been having a downward trend. So this is actually a downward trend, but then out of this downward trend, you can see that you have got some upward trend. Like we had this movement to the upside, that is. So you can see it is a movement to the upside or it is a movement to the side. Especially when it comes to movement toward the side, it is actually some sort of point of consolidation where the markets are not moving up or down when it comes to the daily time frame, but they are actually moving sideways. So the double triangle that I was explaining in the daily time frame, this is the double triangle that I'm expecting. So out of these markets, so I'm expecting that the markets are going to rise high to come to these levels before further coming for a retest to this point that is actually here. So that is what I'm expecting. That's why you can see that I've got this long position that is here. So in between this movement to the sides, so in between this movement to the side that is happening here, we actually also have got a small up, and that is upward trend or a bullish trend that is here. You can see this beautiful bullish pattern that is here, and this pattern was actually caused after we had a touch to this trend line that is below here. Then the market moved to the upside, started creating these beautiful patterns that are easy to predict. So currently, because the market have touched again this trend line, so I'm expecting that the markets are going to rise high above to touch this point of resistance and creating a breakout before coming again to the downside. And then we are going to have a movement to the upside to touch now this point of resistance that we are expecting is to touch towards the upside. So coming into the hourly time frame now, from the hourly time frame now, you can clearly see what I'm trying to explain. That is, so we have had this touch to this trend line that is here. We had a movement to these levels here. I was expecting that the markets will come to this point of support here before creating a breakout. But when the markets open, the USD JPY just created a breakout to the upside, and I when it came to this point, I just took a buy trade. So in this trade, I'm just risking a total of 150 pips for a total reward of 400 pips. You can look at my risk. So in this trade, the risk to reward ratio is 2 is to 66, so which is safe to say. So, and then the last pair that I would like to discuss with you, it is the Euro GBP. So let us start off from the daily time frame. Now, from the daily time frame, you can clearly see that this is an upward trend. So this is a move to the upside, a general move to the upside. So, and then we have been experiencing some downward movement after we had this third touch that is here. That's why you can see that we have been having a general move towards the downside, in which we had a breakout at this point here, because the market was still respecting these two trend lines. So you can see that they were respecting the trend line that is above here, and also the trend line that is below here, and caused a breakout to the downside below the general trend line, which is this one, and also the other one, which is above it. So we have got this beautiful downward trend that is here, and this downward trend has been characterized by, you can see that we had a move to the downside, tapped this trend line, several touches at this point, had a general move to this point of support. Now, because this was a very strong point of support, and we had also that trend line, so the market moved further to the upside, made a touch to this point of trend line here, came below, touched this particular trend line that is below here. So I'm currently expecting that the markets are going to rise above to make a touch to the trend line that is above there. So now moving on to the hourly time frame. So let us start with the 4 hour time frame. Now you can see that you can clearly see that this is a downward trend, but then after we have had a touch that is attached to this point that is here, so you can see we had double touches. We have been experiencing an upward trend where we are expecting that the markets are going to. So we had a small pullback to this point of support before market moved to the upside that is here, and currently the markets are moving toward the downside here. So I'm expecting that this pullback this time round, when the markets rises up to these levels, I'm expecting that the markets are going to come to retest this point of support that is here before further moving to the upside to touch the trend line that is above here. So now moving into the hourly time frame. Now in the hourly time frame, you can clearly see that we have had some beautiful patterns. You can see that this was a move toward the downside, but then we had a move toward the upside, and then we had another move towards the downside. So currently, I'm expecting that the markets are going to move from. You can see that the markets have already made a touch to this trend line that is here. So I'm expecting that the markets are going to rise above to come to these levels that are here, touch this point of resistance, and also touch this trend line that is here before creating a breakout to the downside, to also create a breakdown to a breakout to the downside, that is to further move to the downside to touch the point of support that is below here, to touch this point of support that is here. So you can see that in this trade, I'm just risking a total of 100 pips for a total reward of 500 pips. Looking into my risk reward ratio, it is 4 is to 64, which is also good. So that is all that I had for you for today. So this is going to create a preparation, a mental preparation for you to plan for your week, especially for the pairs that I've already discussed with you. And it is my hope that the tips will always be with you. Please always practice proper risk management whenever you're taking your trades for this week, and also know that there is no specific strategy that works 100%. Every strategy is built on probability. So the only thing that you need to do is just to look at the point in which you have got high probability, and you are for you to be able to capitalize on the areas in which you are having high probabilities. Again, please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please support it. I'm targeting to reach around 300 subscribers by the end of this week. So please, please, please do support my content. And then if you want to join our WhatsApp group for the Forex champions. So our WhatsApp group, the link is in the description space below this video. You can also join the Telegram group. The link is also in the description space below this video. You can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Twitter, you can follow us on Facebook. The link are also in the description space below this video. I give out free signals, and I know that they are going to help you, so please do join. And from me, that is all that I had for you. Do have a great day and also a great week ahead of you. Thank you.